Is Fernando Tatis going to be a Yankee? Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? The King of 161st Street. I'm back with another video, and Fernando Tatis might be on the trade market. The Yankees' big move, other than signing Aaron Judge, turns out to be to put out a formal package and to go aggressively in getting Fernando Tatis on the team. Now, we have to answer two things when it comes to this type of trade. One, is it even possible? It's a 23-year-old who is coming off of when he last played one of the most amazing seasons of the year, and he's still so young that he could develop into someone even better. And now, what would be included in this trade? I'm not so sure. But to go back to the first question, I didn't think it was possible, like, let's say a few months ago. Back when the season was still on in the postseason, I didn't think this was possible. But the fact that the San Diego Padres do not trust Fernando Tatis anymore makes me a little more confident that this may be possible. But since Tatis now has lost the trust in the locker room, this trade seems more and more likely because the Padres galvanized around the fact that they were going to do this without Tatis, right? They galvanized around Machado and Juan Soto and really sort of made it a point that they were going to succeed despite him. So now this trade seems more and more likely, and the Padres may be willing to do something here. Now let's answer the second question. What would be involved in a Fernando Tatis trade? Let's go through this. First off, Volpe is a must. You are getting rid of one of your best prospects for a guy who's proven. You have to if you're the Yankees. You would probably have to throw Dominguez in there. He's a kid in the system that has the most potential. Throw him in. And now you're going to have to sort of mix and match in prospects. It's going to be a total of about 5 or 6 prospects, most likely. A mixture of like Peraza and a bunch of starters in our system. That's probably what's going to get it, along with matching the money by dumping like either a Donaldson in there or someone like that, just to make the money match, right? But really the commodities in there is Volpe, Dominguez, and whatever other prospects are in there. Now, do I think a prospect deal is possible? I do. They showed this season that they can do it without Tatis, and they just signed another shortstop. And I know the plan was for them to go into center field. I brought that up in my video when they signed Xander Bogaerts. But this also opens up the possibility of them being able to develop a young stud in center field to match that production, and also gives them a kid who can play literally anywhere in the infield if they wanted. If they wanted to play him at second or some shit, like they could play Volpe there. So overall, look, is it the most possible thing? Like, do I think it's the most probable thing? No. But I do think the option is on the table that Tatis could be moved. Now, what would this do for the Yankees? Well, obviously, IKF was a huge problem. He really caused a ton of errors this season. Outs above average, totally down the gutter. And although Tatis is not the best fielder in the world, he is athletic as shit, and he'll give you a ton of offense. This is a difference maker. A kid who already was in MVP conversations and truthfully could become one of the stars of this sport. I know he has that PED suspension, And I was very critical of him for that. But the Yankees have taken in guys who have had PED suspensions before, a la Roger Clemens. So we're going to have to sort of settle this debt of, look, he has a PED suspension. That's fine. We can deal with that. Also, he has some character issues, and the Yankees have been notorious for taking in guys with character issues and turning it around. So it's not like it's the end of the world that he has some character issues. So overall, I think this is it's perfect for the Yankees. Really, the only question in all of this is whether or not the Padres are actually willing to tell their fan base Tatis is gone. Which I think they're closer and closer and closer to doing. Now, there are people out there saying that it would take a lot more than just prospects to do it. But you sort of saw in the Juan Soto trade, it didn't take much MLB talent to get Juan Soto. And I think that Juan Soto and Tatis are on the same sort of pedestal when it comes to like trade value. And so if you put enough prospects together, you can get it done. And the track record of the Yankees developing prospects are very grim. They have developed really only one superstar over this past, ever since Jeter really, which was Aaron Judge. And a few guys who became really good, like Gleyber Torres and Robinson Cano and all of them. So they have developed guys who are good, but they haven't developed a guy who was at the stature of Tatis, other than Judge, since Jeter. And so if you want to get a team that has the star power to beat a team like Houston, this is a trade that is a must. This is the Yankees. We go after the best players all the time. It's got to be done. And if there is a will, there is a way. I think if there's any possibility of this happening, Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner have to be on this. Do I have trust in them to do it? No. Do I hope they do because it's been reported that they are going aggressively at it? Yes. Hal Steinbrenner, like I said in my last video talking about Judge, he has lost the respect of the ownership, in my opinion. It doesn't seem like owners fully respect him anymore. And I think that's a problem to him. He needs to earn that respect of, we're still the bad, evil empire that you all despise. Because we get the best players and we are the best franchise ever. And that's the mindset of the New York Yankees. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.